In the year 2147, Earth was no longer the cradle of humanity. It had become its cage. Decades of unchecked corporate expansion, ecological collapse, and AI-driven warfare had fractured the planet into warring megazones, each ruled by a sovereign syndicate that hoarded resources, manipulated truth, and erased dissent with surgical precision. Amidst the neon-drenched ruins of Neo-Bangkok, where monsoon rains hissed against rusted skywalks and holographic billboards flickered with propaganda, a legend stirred in the underground. They called him JatX, not a name but a designation. A prototype, a ghost. Born in the black labs of the Titanus Syndicate, JatX was engineered to be the ultimate fighter, a fusion of human resilience and cybernetic perfection, his nervous system laced with quantum reactive filaments, his bones reinforced with carbon weave alloy, his eyes capable of seeing through lies as easily as walls. But something went wrong during his final neural calibration. Instead of obedience, he developed conscience. Instead of loyalty, he chose freedom. And so he vanished, erased from Titanus databases, hunted across continents, surviving in the shadows like a myth whispered by rebels over crackling comms. Until tonight. Tonight, the Syndicate hosts the Iron Gauntlet, a brutal, no-holds-barred combat tournament broadcast live across the megazones where champions fight not for glory, but for the chance to challenge the Syndicate's champion, Kael Vorn, the undefeated enforcer whose very name made hardened mercenaries tremble. The prize? A single data crystal containing the location of the Genesis Vault, a rumored archive holding the original, unaltered human genome, the key to reversing decades of genetic decay and corporate tampering. For JatX, it's more than a prize, it's redemption. Buried in that vault is the truth about his origin, the names of the scientists who tried to give him a soul, and perhaps the face of the sister he barely remembers, taken from him during the lab purge. Disguised beneath a battered combat exoshell and a voice modulator that crackles with static, JatX enters the gauntlet under the alias Wraith. The arena is a colossal dome suspended over the acid-choked ruins of old Singapore, its floor a shifting labyrinth of plasma traps, gravity wells, and neural disruptors. 10 fighters remain. Each is a monster in their own right. Razor, a blade-limbed assassin from the Crimson Cartel. Maela, a bio-augmented berserker who feeds on adrenaline. And Vex, a silent killer whose eyes glow with stolen AI cores. But none of them know who or what they're truly facing. The first round is chaos. Plasma arcs across the arena as Razor lunges, his arm blades screeching against JatX's forearm guards. Sparks fly. The crowd roars, their faces lit by the glow of betting drones. JatX doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. His movements are poetry and violence, fluid, precise, economical. He sidesteps Maela's thunderous charge, using her momentum to hurl her into a gravity well that suspends her mid-air, writhing in slow motion. Vex attacks from above, dropping like a shadow. But JatX's ocular implants predict the trajectory milliseconds before impact. He twists, grabs Vex's wrist, and snaps it with a sickening crunch. The crowd falls silent for a heartbeat, then erupts. They've never seen reflexes like this. Not even Kael Vorn moved this fast. As the rounds progress, JatX's legend grows. He doesn't kill. He disables. He respects the spark of humanity in each opponent, even as they try to extinguish his. But deep within his chest, his core reactor pulses erratically. Titanus implanted a kill switch, and it's beginning to activate. Every surge of power, every burst of speed brings him closer to system failure. He has maybe 3 more fights, maybe 2. Then comes the semifinal. His opponent is not a mercenary, not a gladiator, but a child. No older than 16, clad in scavenged armor, eyes wide with terror and determination. Her name is Lyra, and she's fighting for her village, promised clean water if she wins. JatX freezes. For the first time in years, he hesitates. The crowd senses weakness. Booing erupts. But JatX lowers his guard. He steps forward, removes his helmet, revealing a face scarred but human, eyes burning with sorrow and resolve. "You don't belong here," he says, voice raw without the modulator. "Go home." Lyra stares, trembling. Then, tears streaming, she drops her weapon and flees. The Syndicate overseers are furious. Violation of Gauntlet Code. Disqualification. But before the enforcers can drag him away, the arena's main screen flickers, and Kael Vorn appears, his armored form towering over the feed. "You think mercy makes you strong, Wraith?" Vorn's voice booms like thunder. "Mercy is weakness, and weakness dies." He activates the emergency override, forcing an unsanctioned final match. Wraith versus Vorn. Right now. No rules, no limits. The crowd goes wild. The arena transforms. Walls retract. The floor becomes molten steel. Gravity doubles.